So better for her, better for you. Makes more sense.
Yoga.
All right, good morning,
Don't you
everybody.
only- Look how cute you look.
So it is officially 9:15, and I want to kick things off. Unfortunately, the presenter is on his way, so not here yet. Apparently, I don't know where he's coming from, but he told Abby he didn't take traffic into consideration, so silly him.
Well, in the meantime, we could kill the red shirt. If you understand.
Security, I'm engineer.
Oh.
But
In Star Trek, whenever they go to do an away mission, it's always the red shirts that get it first. So. Yeah.
we have lots of announcements to make, so I will just get those going first. I want to start.
All right. Hailing creatures. Okay, some of you who don't read your emails, don't see the signs or any of those things we've put up over the last 2 weeks,
Was I supposed to wear?
walked in today and are somewhat surprised
I like
by
that.
people in costumes. This is we're having our open house and our costume contest from 10:30 to noon today.
That's great.
You can go with that.
No.
There you go.
No.
All right.
That's cheating.
Hey,
So-
it was made.
You have to be present to win. Hi, it's a costume contest, right? So you still have time after this. You'll run home, put on a costume, and come back. You can. But the staff will pick the winner, and we'll announce the winner at 12 noon. To keep you satiated during that time, we have lots of food out there. We have snacks. We have tea. We have lemonade. We have some yogurt. Anybody want some yogurt? Courtesy of the Chamber of Commerce. We have that out there as well. So please take care of that. We don't want to take it home with us, right? The other things that are coming up, we also have coming up a short course class. There's lots of stuff on the tables about it. Don't miss that one. So we have a short course class on IP. We have a very experienced IP attorney. Don Ross is coming to teach a short course. It's on an odd day. We're doing it on a Monday because of her availability. So that's coming up on the 17th of November. And we're also looking for other short courses. We have 8 that are in work right now for the January to June timeframe. We want to have 12 during that timeframe. So if you have a course that you'd like to offer up for the community and for our membership, please let us know, and we'll work with you on that. We also are going to start the registration for the next cohort of the Kaufman Fast Track program that will start in January. So stay tuned for that. There are going to be paid ads, all kinds of stuff out there for that. We're going to have registration during November and December, plenty of time to start in mid-January and run to very first week of May, because we know how May gets if you have kids and all that stuff in school. And the other thing I want to say is there's a sign-up sheet going around. So always, if you don't want to do it with the QR code, please sign the sign-up sheet. This helps in our funding. A lot of our funding, actually all our funding right now comes from grants, and that's based upon people coming here and participating in the program. And thanks to you and our members, our record that we set last month was 258 check-ins during the month, and before this meeting today, we were already at 350 for this month. So we're going to set 2 months in a row. So thank you for signing in. Our board loves it. Our funders love it. And yes, sir.
That is a great metric and outcome for your grant reports. Numerical improvements is a great outcome to show.
And we have another announcement real quick. She just walked in, kind of threw me off. There we go. But also we're going to be adding, we have 5 EIRs. EIRs, if you hear, raise your hands. Okay, now these are folks, if you are in our portfolio and flex memberships, these are folks that have volunteered their time to work with you, and a lot of our members are already taking advantage of that. We're going to add a 6th EIR, beginning of November. Raise your hand, Blue Colt, who will be our EIR for grant proposal writing. He has a lot of experience in that because a lot of times grants include like SBIRs, Small Business Innovative Research, things like that. So we're going to be doing more in that space as well. So lots of stuff going on, but thank you for being here today. And stay for the costume contest, eat the food, and just enjoy being around each other. So,
Thank you.
all right.
no matter where you live, right now is an election. Early has ended, but if you have not voted, November 4th is election day. It doesn't matter if you're in an unincorporated county, we have a statewide election for our Public Utilities Commission. This matters more than you can possibly imagine to your life every single day. It's who decides where data centers go, and how much they have to pay for energy compared to how much you have to pay for energy. So no matter where you are, if you have not voted on early voting already, please, please, please vote on Tuesday. It is probably one of the most important statewide elections we have. Nobody knows about it. I don't know why, but please, please look up the Public Utilities Commission vote and please vote on Tuesday. Thank you.
Chris?
And for those of you that were here last week and the new ones, welcome. I'm Chris Chance, and I am Test Pilot Creative. We're a full-service advertising agency. We're going to be running a marketing workshop catered to small businesses and entrepreneurs November 17th and 18th. It's going to be over at Line Creek in Peachtree City. It's a 2-day event, 6 hours each day from 10 to 4. We're going to basically consider it like a marketing 101. Day 1, really getting into the brand, target audiences, things of that nature. Day 2, getting into actually how do you start to implement these things. We'll have some guest speakers, including Jason, Russ Cote, David Rosenberg, and will be catered by the illustrious Chef Drew. It's $4.99 for both days, includes everything, workbooks, activities. This is not a sit down and listen to lectures kind of thing. This is something that you're going to be digging in. You're going to be digging into your brand, your targets, everything. It's going to be pretty intense. And really the idea is to kind of go through. If you want to talk to me after this, I'll be around. If you also want to hear some of the people I've worked with, David Conti up here, I've worked with Drew. Josh as well, like that. So the guys, a couple testimonials sitting here in the room too, if you want to learn a little bit more about what we do. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. The QR code is up on the screen if anybody's interested to scan for that. I don't know if it's part of our magic QR code, which I can't get back to.
I don't know what it is. It's also on the desk, so I can't hand out flyers.
Oh, good.
Can I give just a little preemptive testimonial, Jason?
Yeah.
Y'all, I just wanted to say, I know it's an investment. I think you said $4.99. I would just tell you, over the years, I've worked with a lot of marketing professionals across the board, different places, and $4.99 is a drop in the bucket for the value that you're gonna get coming out of this man and his business and the people he's assembled. Like, it's different and it's helpful, and I'm using it right now. We'll continue to use it. So if you're in need of that knowledge and expertise, which is really everyone in this room, I say if you can do it and you're available, it's gonna be a blessing for your business, for sure.
Thank you for that. Yes, sir.
I'm testing out a new fudge recipe called Rocky Road, and I put it back there.
Awesome.
You go ahead, try a piece, and let me know what you think about this recipe. I'd appreciate the input.
Don't miss out. Let's get back
Thank
there. Okay, so the magic QR code. This QR code takes you to one of those Linktree pages. There's a lot of things that you can do from there. I won't go through the entire list, but to reiterate what Steve said, if you could please make sure to check into Launch Fayette. That helps. There's also a check-in for 1 million cups. I do not remember the numbers, but I got an email yesterday that says how many entrepreneurs have been served nationwide. Because remember, we're only one of 111 chapters, communities, sorry. The Southeast is rocking it by like almost 1.5 times where every other region in the country. So I just want to thank you guys for continuing to show up every week and for keeping our docket full. We have, I think, one opening possibly later this month and then one opening in December. And there's lots of people who have already stood up and said, I'll fill it. However, there are also people who have applied but haven't chosen a date yet. So rather than taking somebody else who's just going to fill an open spot, I would much rather somebody who has taken the initiative to start filling out the form to be the one to say, okay, I'm ready, let's do this. Okay, so if you're one of those people and you know it, please, let's get you on the books. The private Facebook group has been starting to get a little bit more action. People are starting to share things. Chris, yesterday, I believe, I saw the one in the Nexus. Did you post it in the one in the custom? Might be wrong. Okay. Chris is going to post something in that group today. So be on the lookout for that. But it's our chance to network, because this is not a typical networking group, right? We're here to support a local entrepreneur, to give them the support that they need to grow or to pivot, whatever it is that they're here to ask for. And that group is really our chance to share what we have going on. So if you're running a special or have a question, granted we have to actually taste, Jeff, but let us know where we can find you, and we'll come by and get it. So anyway, please check that out. The other big thing on there that I have a slide for, so let me get there, is the pitch contest. The preliminary round was amazing. Like, honestly, it was so amazing that it felt like finals last year. And we're not done. We have the final round on November 18th. That's going to be at Stars Mill High School in the auditorium. We have seating for 1,200. So please tell everybody that you know and come and watch these 5 top finalists compete it out in front of 3 judges, Shark Tank style. They're going to have the judges will actually have Startup Fayette bucks to invest, and the entrepreneur with the most bucks at the end, it's first, second, and third. The prizes are now up to, I believe, first place is worth somewhere around $21,000, and third place is, I think, just over $9,000 at this point. And people keep messaging us saying, we'd like to add prizes to this too, right? So I think I still have one that I need to add today, so that number is going to go up. What questions can I answer about the pitch contest? The QR code in the beginning had a link to get to it. It's startupfayette.org. We do ask that you RSVP so that we know how many seats are going to be filled. We do have a food truck that will be outside. It's from 5 to 8, so we want you to be able to eat before the event gets kicked off. And I think that's all I've got for that.
Is anybody in 1 Million Cups presenting at that? In the finals?
Top 5?
Yeah, did she do the book, the living book?
Yeah, I'm looking at the crowd, and she's not here now. But there was
Bridget, yeah.
Bridget. She's got amazing hair. She's got a book. It's a platform that she uses to bring books to life. She was it was a great pitch. So I look forward to seeing that on the big stage. Some of you might know that I opened a space for creative thinkers over at Trillis Studios. It's called the Nexus Community. And I like to say it's where creative thinkers get to come together to have meaningful conversations and find ways to collaborate. I opened up another level of membership that's only $50 a month. That gives you access to the events, but not the space 24/7. To get that, it's $150. But I am really excited about all the different events that we have going on throughout the week. My favorite, Camilla, is our I'll call you resident, yogi. She guides us in a meditation every Monday, and it is by far one of the best parts of my week. I love it. In fact, this week she couldn't be there, and we substituted her with like an Apple Fitness one, and it did the job. But the point is, it was about being consistent, right, and taking that time for ourselves. And it was just me and Abby on Monday, and it was fantastic. So I encourage you all to want to come and experience that. Today, Tim Visconti's not here this morning, he usually is, but today from 12 to 1:30, he comes in and leads an AI workshop where we're actually building the tools that will help our businesses move forward, not just learning about the newest and greatest and different AI, thing out there, toy that's out there and what it can do, right? We're actually doing things that are helping us move the needle in our businesses. And I'd be happy to give you examples if you're interested. What else I got? Pixel Partner Digital. That is my, what's the word? Not antithesis, but JHD is about custom branding and building custom websites, right? Pixel Partner Digital solves the problem for the entrepreneur who thinks that the advertising of Wix and Squarespace is accurate and that they can actually sit down and build their own website as easy as they make it look. It's false. It's not true. It is very difficult, and we don't want you to have to move a pixel. So I created Pixel Partner Digital to help automate that whole process, and it's really pretty. It's come along a really great way. In fact, just a quick update about it, because I have presented it to this group, is that now I've actually got people who want to be affiliates of Pixel Partner Digital, and they're out there even running their own ads to push traffic back to that website, and they get a pretty good commission from that sale on a monthly recurring basis. So pretty exciting to have taken that next step. And then, of course, night market. The next event is November 14th. Always Friday, always 5 to 8, always on Drake Field. We have great vendors, great music. The alcohol and food is always amazing, and it's honestly just such a great time. We are sold out of vendor space. We are sold out of sponsorships. I'm really excited for this last event of the year, but that is not all Night Market is doing, because if I haven't already told you, Night Market is renting space in the Avenue to do an indoor, weekends-only market. It's called Artisans at the Avenue. It is in the space immediately to the left of Positano's, directly across the parking lot from Trader Joe's. It has great traffic. Visibility is not so great at the moment, but I'm working on getting a sign or a banner or something to put up on the top part of the building so that people from Trader Joe's can see it as they're walking out. We are open, I'm gonna make sure that was updated. Fridays from 4 to 8, Saturdays from 10 to 8, and Sundays from 12 to 6. We are not going to be open this weekend though, so the grand opening is going to be November 7th. And we have, I think we have 13 spaces, and I believe as of now I've got 11 booked. So I'm 2 away from being full, which will be really great. So I encourage you all to come by and support your local artisans and shop local. Yes?
Are you asking the other vendors in the Avenue to send people, like, are you giving them flyers or little
I
statements
haven't
that they
yet,
can
but
send people over to?
so the manager and the marketing person of the Avenue do a really nice job sending out emails to the other businesses in the Avenue, so everyone knows what's going on. Like, we all knew that the opening for Trader Joe's was gonna happen at, not 8:55 on Monday morning, before it was announced, because they wanted us to all know kind of what was happening. And Artisans at the Avenue was in that email as well, so they know about it, but I have not done a push to tell them about it. That's a good idea. It had also been suggested that I get some high school kids to walk around and distribute flyers. Like, they put them on people's windshields, and I'm pretty sure that's illegal, so I'm not going to do that. But helping to get the word out is really important to me, so I appreciate any help you guys can
There's
give.
a CA Woodhouse, or CA Washington owns Woodhouse Spa.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Oh,
we'll hand out
yes.
flyers to all, and that's a really
She
good
would put them out for sure.
compliment,
Yeah.
so.
No, she's definitely she's a 1 Million Cups family person. Like, she's presented and attended numerous times, not regularly, but yeah, I would love to leverage her to help me. And I think that's it in terms of announcements, but I don't think our presenter is here yet. There's Tim. I was just talking about our session today, later today. Let's see. Since we have a couple more minutes, I guess, until he shows up, does anybody else have anything they want to share? Any questions they want to ask? Blue?
Boy, this is gonna be off the cuff, but one of the things that, in addition to being the entrepreneur in residence here, I am also hanging out my shingle as a grant writer, project manager, with decent rates, comparable. Certainly, I hope to be working here, and I'll be getting more information out about that, and hopefully, eventually, we'll come up here and talk to you guys for that grant writing, grant proposal, project management business.
Great. Awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Aaron?
Just
We have time, yeah, please.
why not? So those of you know, my primary function is as a business coach. That's what we do. So we are part of the Action Coach Network. We have a local business that's based in Trilith, but we are a part of Action Coach Global, which means we're the largest coaching firm in the world. We're the oldest, 84 countries, etc. We're excited to announce we're going through a rebrand. And so the Action Coach globally is, which is really exciting. But it also means that that opens up, this is part of what we do locally as part of Action Coach. We are opening up one more slot for a nonprofit to get business coaching in our special nonprofit kind of program. So if you know of any nonprofits that are struggling to get off the ground or struggling to make it to the next level, and they'd like to apply to perhaps qualify for a scholarship through Action Coach and get the coaching that they need to get them to the next level, feel free to give them my information, tell them about me, and be happy to send them the application so that they can potentially look at getting the help that they need. Also, just because we're here, My fitness practice is growing actually quicker than I thought it would, and which is really cool. And so we're going to kick off a new program at the start of the year. If you know of anybody who either is a cancer patient or has been a cancer patient, let me know. If they're interested in getting the body that they're looking for, we all invest money and time in our cars, in our clothing, in jewelry, in our hair, makeup, watches, whatever, to improve our appearance. Let's get the body that they want for the new year. So if you know of anybody who has been through that, let me know.
That's great. Thank you. All right. Just in time. He arrived. He's used the bathroom. He's ready to go. I'm turning it over to him. He's got the clicker. The stage is yours. Please introduce yourself.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Morning.
Yes, apologies for lateness, but yes, I'm here. Thank you guys so much for having me, and I'm looking forward to getting started. So my name is Malique. I'm the founder of Tutor Me Today. So we are a virtual-based tutoring company. Pretty much started in Alpharetta, but right now we are serving all types of schools in Cobb and Fulton County. So I am one of 3 tutors currently on the team. I am a STEM tutor, so I mainly do math, science, including chemistry, biology. I do math up to calculus as well. So pretty much a triple threat. All right, so it was in Alpharetta. I found it at the time I was living at my mom's place, and it was in 2021. At this time, I've worked with a few tutoring centers, from Mathnasium to Tutor Doctor, you name it. I've worked at many tutoring centers. So I decided to take a leap of faith and pretty much launch my own tutoring business while working for others. I was able to quickly learn how the ins and outs of tutoring works and what it takes to run a business. To this picture here, this is one of my first students, Rashawn. He graduated, I believe, South Gwinnett High School, and he's now doing trades. So I got this contact through my mom, actually, because his mom and mom were really good friends. So from that, I quickly realized, okay, I can make an impact in other students' lives. So I decided to just continue to do that and grow my business. I mainly work with middle school and high school students at this time. Most of our demo is high school students, anywhere from freshmen to seniors, but we have a few middle school students as well. All right, so this is the current team. To the left is Tosh. He's actually based in Hawaii. He does a lot of upper level math. We have Skylar. She does elementary to high school as well. And then Michael does math up to SAT as well. So this is the current iteration of the team. I've had a lot of people come and go, but currently this is the team right now. All right, these are my core 3. To the left is Miss Celeste, aka my mom. She runs HR, she does all my contracts. She was the one who really was hands-on when I started, so I would not be here without her.
Literally.
It's kind of a double entendre, you know? Also, she has the best picture on the website to me, honestly, so I had to put her on the PowerPoint. In the middle is Nakia. She's my assistant, so she handles the communication between the tutors and the students and the parents. To the right is Allie. She does all of our social media postings on Facebook and Instagram, so she's been doing a killer job. This is my core 3 amongst the team. All right, so as I mentioned, we're composed of 3 teachers. They specialize in math and science, so I refer to them as STEM tutors. My acronym I use a lot for Tutor Me Today is TMT, so just kind of keep that in mind as I go through this. So currently we have 58 Google reviews and 5 Facebook reviews. My goal before the end of the year is to get 100, so hopefully we hit that mark. So we currently have 20 students for the fall semester. We actually haven't had that amount since we expanded back in 2023, which is awesome. And the average student stays with us for about 2 years, which is about 4 semesters, which is awesome. So we're able to really see their growth from freshman year to junior year, or a lot of our students recently have graduated, which I'll get to later in the presentation. As I mentioned, we partnered with some schools in Cobb and Fulton County, and we're able to showcase our services, which is amazing. So these are our partners. Some of you may have students who go to these schools or you're familiar, but we partner with Milton High School in Alpharetta, Lassiter, Pope, and Simpson in Marietta, Pope was actually one of the first schools we partnered with in 2023, which allowed us to showcase our services. So we're trying to expand our reach through partnerships in the state of Georgia. All right, so we do a lot of events. What comes with the partnership is we're able to showcase our services to these schools. We set up a booth. We just showcase our services. We've donated pens and pencils to a lot of these schools as well. We've also been able to support their PTSA nights, their extracurricular nights, things of that nature. So to the right is me with the Lassiter PTSA person, and in the middle is me and a few of the tutors at Pope High School, and then that left picture is also another event at Lassiter as well. All right, so these are some of our graduates. So as I mentioned, a lot of our students stayed with us since freshman year. To the left is Lucas. He is now playing baseball in somewhere in Georgia. I don't remember the exact school. We have Alexander. He goes to Georgia Southern. He's a mechanical engineer major now. Corin is now going to Penn State this semester. She's a full ride scholarship. And then Riley is going to University of Alabama, so he has a full ride as well. So we have a lot of impact we're trying to do with our services. I want more graduates, so we're trying to expand that. But right now, these are our main 4 that we have. All right, so in terms of my goal and vision for the 3-year plan, right now, as I mentioned, we are virtual. So what I would like to happen is in the next 3 years, we have an actual physical center so we can get back to doing in-person sessions. Next thing I want to do is work with an average of 50 to 100 students a semester. So obviously, I would have to expand the team to get at least 15 to 20 tutors. Right now, we are developing a college prep program for a lot of our students so it can help them get into college, because as we know, college is very expensive. So I'm working with someone to develop a program to give them resources on what scholarships they can qualify for, how parents can pay for that, whether they're paying out of pocket, or how they can save for that as well. And also, I'm working on getting some grants as well for this foreseeable future. So my goal is to increase the output of graduates that work with us. So I want to help at least 1,000 students get into their dream school of choice and ease the financial burden for them to get into school as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So it is my job to ask you, what can we as a community do for you?
I would say for starters, just kind of follow us on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. Just share our content. That is something that we're having a hard time right now, just kind of growing those pages, but that would be the best way to pretty much support. Just kind of follow us on social media and just like, share, comment our services. That helps boost our outreach as well.
So what is your expected outcome of that? Right, if we all go on social and we all like your pages and potentially we see something that we like that feels shareable, what do you anticipate the outcome of that being?
I anticipate that it would help expand my reach, whether it reaches even 10 people, and then out of that, convert those into clients as well.
What other types of marketing or advertising are you doing right now, other than just kind of hoping that social has a good reach?
The only marketing I've done so far is I partner with the schools directly. So I'm on their PTSA page, I'm in their newsletter, I go to school events. That has been the most beneficial. I have spent money on Facebook ads and Nextdoor ads, but I haven't really seen a return on that. I found that partnering with the schools directly gets me access.
I would imagine so. And just to be clear, those are the 4 schools on
Absolutely.
there, limited to those 4 as of now?
Well, yeah, I did 15 2 years ago, and that didn't work. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm just focusing on the 4 that generates the revenue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we have a SAT and ACT tutor in the room.
Okay.
And I immediately thought that there could be some synergy there because that didn't seem to be a program that you offered, so there could be some cross-referral going on there. And then we had another presenter here a couple weeks ago. He was here again last week. His name is Mason. And his objective, his business is building essentially an entrepreneurial school, if you will, a curriculum for students. And his goal, his big term vision is to have a physical center as well. And I see there being some opportunity to kind of cross-pollinate there. So those are my 2 takes. We've got some hands, so I'm going to let you choose who you'd like to hear from first.
All right, now you're doing STEM.
Correct.
One thing that might help is that within those disciplines, there are a lot of subspecialties. Do you deal with all of them, like for example, chemistry, biology, everything like that?
Absolutely.
Or is it only limited to one or two, because you only have so many people on your staff?
Correct. So we do all of it right now. So everything that I can do personally, they can also do as well. So it's within anything math, anything science.
Because you might want to then define what those things are.
Okay.
Algebra, calculus, trigonometry,
Absolutely.
all those things.
Thank you.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, 'cause I'm short, I don't know if you're.
No, you're good.
It's a problem. Have you thought about the private school or even the homeschool sector?
Having homeschool, private schools, they're not interested in partnering with me.
You're not interested?
Yeah, I've tried that. It doesn't
Really?
work out yet.
But how about the homeschoolers?
Homeschool, I've not tried yet, so I'll definitely put that in consideration,
Yeah.
for sure. Yes. Yeah.
Do you need, or would you like introductions to other schools?
Say that one more time?
Would you like introductions to other high schools or middle schools?
Yes.
I would say so, yes.
He's like, let me think about it.
Are you entertain students in college as well?
We do, but we haven't received too many in the last couple of years. It's mainly just been middle school and high schoolers. We'll get like a one-off, but not too many of those, because most colleges, they have free tutoring on campus, so that's probably why. Yes.
So 2 things. One is I'm trying to find you on Instagram and Facebook, and I don't know which one is you.
Right, there's two of them.
There's several of them, and none of them look like you, so I don't know what your logo is. I don't know what your, you know what I mean, like
Okay.
how to find you. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, what problem are you solving for these students? Because I'm confused if you are helping the students that need extra support just to pass high school, or are you for the high achievers that want the free rides to Penn and to Harvard and to where? So, or are you for both? But I'm not clear as to who your ideal client is.
Gotcha, okay. I would say for what we're doing right now, I'm definitely going to cater to like the high achievers.
Okay.
We have had instances where people aren't doing well and then they leave from us and, are excelling and having an A in the class. But mostly it's for the high achievers, because those are the parents that want to invest with us long term, and those are the parents that are booking multiple sessions a week or a month. So that's my demo right now.
Okay. So I would just make that clear, because I have a 6th grader. I'm like, I don't know, does she need your help? Also with STEM, it's like, it includes like technology and what is the engineering. Do you
Right.
also do those topics as well?
I personally don't, but my two on my team, they do.
Okay, because when you say STEM and then you say science and math, I'm like, well, that's just part of the STEM, it's not all of it. So, okay,
Right.
just trying to get clarity as to what exactly you do.
Absolutely. Yes.
Got 2 things actually. Do you have anybody that covers 8-push or anything like that?
We don't get too many clients that request that, so I hire people based on the demand. So it's mainly just been math and science for right now.
Okay. And my other thing is, do you have a favorite student or a story surrounding that favorite student?
Yeah, absolutely. She's actually on this. Never mind. Sorry. No, you're good.
Video mode. Go ahead.
Okay, so the third one, Corin, she was one of my first clients I ever worked with. I used to do in person when I first started. So I was driving from Alpharetta to pretty much Sewanee every weekend. Yeah, I was dedicated back then. So when her and I first started, she was very we had a lot of resistance. Like I would show her how to do this math problem a certain way, and she was just not receptive to it. But then over time, once we got over that barrier, she was very open to learning the way I do things, because I show my students multiple ways to find an answer. And she actually graduated in May of this year, and she invited me to her graduation. And when I walked in, like, everyone, this is Corin's tutor. I was like, oh my goodness. So now, she's doing well. So yeah, this was definitely one of my most memorable students for sure. Absolutely. And I personally work with 15 students a week. Go ahead.
Mine's kind of a 2-part question. Like something I've learned is that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And what's your story? Why are you doing what you're doing right now?
Great question. So pretty much through working through different tutoring centers, I didn't like their model like when I worked at a tutoring center, I had to tutor like 5 people at the same time in front of me, like a group session. And I didn't like that. I felt like I wasn't able to fully give the students my all or give them my expertise. So the reason I'm even starting to launch on my own is because I've noticed that I can do better than what they're doing, but also I want to see my students succeed, right? I've noticed through a lot of these schools, they don't have the best academic support. So I want to give the schools that cushion, that support to help their students not only succeed, but achieve great things. Because me myself, when I was in high school, I couldn't afford tutoring, right? So my prices are affordable, but I also want to make sure that we're giving high quality services so they can do great things as well.
You should start every presentation just like that.
Okay.
That's your story.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Yes, speaking of Corin, one thing that you mentioned was she did not do things the way you do it, the way you do. Some people who were brought up in early stages of education, for example, knew how to do math, long division, or a certain way, but now the way they teach math is completely foreign to a lot of it. How do you overcome what today's teachers, their methods, versus what your method might be?
Just through constantly learning, so constantly like YouTubing and Googling how different processes are done, whether it's long division, whether it's something like factoring, so that I'm always up to date on how the students are being taught versus how I do it. And I show them multiple ways. I say, hey, whatever way is easiest for you, that's the way I want you to do it, as opposed to just only doing it my way or only doing it the teacher's way. Yes.
So I have 2 questions. Have you gotten testimonials from all of your graduates and your current students that you could use for your social media or your website to show that it works?
Absolutely. So all of our testimonials are from all these graduates and current students. They're on our Google page and they're on our Instagram as well.
And then my second question, to go back to the college access, because your program is virtual, are you open to offering your services since you target high achieving students that go on to college? Could you use them or convert them to your college demographic now? Could that be where you start?
Absolutely, I could. Absolutely. That's an idea I haven't thought of, but yeah, I definitely could try that. In the back, yes.
So how long are your tutoring sessions?
They're 1 hour.
1 hour.
Yes.
What kind of a CRM are you building around the students you already have and their families?
You know what a CRM is?
I do not.
Oh, sorry. A CRM is a customer
Relationship
management tool.
So I'm very hands-on, regardless of how many students we have a semester. So I do weekly check-ins with my students, with the parents, letting them know how each session went. I also plan the sessions around their test and quiz dates. And also a lot of the clients I've gotten, not just through the schools, they've been through actual referrals. Like this semester, I was like 80% of our clients are from referrals. Like, hey, so told me about you. And then that's why I'm able to also give incentives to the parents to do that. And then also keep them retaining every semester as well.
So my thought is that there's a bunch of off-the-shelf tools you can get. That when a student comes in, they can fill out a profile of who they are as a student. Like you can have them fill that profile out. And when they fill that profile out, they will tell you what school they are, what classes they're in, who their siblings are, and what school they're going to. And then what you can do is literally program that you know, oh, they're at, what was the name of the first school you started, Pope?
Yes.
Okay, so you know that at Pope, if you're taking biology as a freshman, you're taking chemistry as a sophomore.
Correct.
And you can build that in, and you can build in a marketing outreach system that is automatic. So every student you had as biology as freshman at Pope, at the beginning of the school year, their parents can get a email that you don't hands-on nothing. This can be pre-programmed saying, hey, we know they're going into chemistry this year. If they need help with that, we can help with that. And then also if you have them tell you who all their siblings are, then when that kid becomes a freshman, they get the automatic email. And you can, and I know you said you use a lot of referrals. You may want to have a set up affiliate referral program so that And I would do it at the kid level, not at the parent level, but tell the kid, if you send me some kid who logs in and says they came from you, I'll give you like, you know, $100 gift card at wherever.
$10 to
Yeah.
Starbucks.
Yeah, and if it's $10 to Starbucks. Yeah, if it's
Andy
$10
can have
to
some
Starbucks. Yeah, or, God, I'll give you a percentage of every session they book. I'll give you 5% if, I don't know what your, let's say your rate is $80 an hour. Like, I'll give you $4 an hour for every hour anybody who comes in. You could have kids making a lot of money by sending you other kids. And then someone asked about your kids that go into college. Can that be the launch of your college program? I actually think that's also a really good source of other tutors. Because I know when I was in college, I was tutoring, and that was like the best money. You have cash in your pocket for 3 hours a week, and it was great. And so if you track, a tracking system for every single person who's ever come through your system, where you have all of their life stages coming up, and you know every other member of their family coming up, that can all be automated. And then your marketing is answering the phone.
So my agency builds those types of CRM systems, and I absolutely love the way that she's thinking, because it's very easy to set that sort of stuff up. It's all about getting the data. I'm also thinking from a social media standpoint, you might have a similar idea, but if you put out your social media and you say comment help, right, you can immediately have automation send them back messages to then bring them to that intake form, and then set off all of those automations, right? So you're not doing a whole lot of work. It's setting it up front and then letting it run. My second question, we were just kind of whispering about it. You have 4 partner schools, and you said at one point that in 2003 maybe you had 15 and it didn't really work. And then it was asked, like, would you like introductions to other schools? And you seemed hesitant, but Emmett was like, the answer is yes. I'm confused as to why any number of schools is even a problem. You're a virtual tutoring company.
Right.
The guy in the floral shirt is in Hawaii. That's a 6-hour window that you can fill while your East Coast tutors are sleeping. Like, why are you limiting yourself? Which then goes to the question of, are you a big thinker or are you a small thinker? What are your ultimate goals for this company?
So to answer your first question, the reason why I don't just partner with P schools is because when I did that in the past, a lot of the feedback I was getting was they couldn't afford my services. So I had to research the demo, the income level. My services aren't also that cheap and also not that expensive either. So when I was partnering, just throwing a rock in a pond, it wasn't landing because I got a lot of that reception. So now I'm strategic in the area, the income level, the need, right? Because some of these schools that are like STEM-based in Lawrenceville, they have programs in place. So I'm a little bit more pickier because it has to make sense.
I get it, but what you're describing is audience building within any advertising platform out there, right? Meta specifically, if you're feeding it those demographics. Better yet, if you have email addresses of how many, you've got 20 students enrolled now.
Correct.
Since you started, how many do you have?
Since I've started, I probably had...
Say 100?
Yeah, I would say a couple of
That's a great number of email addresses to upload to Meta and let Meta do the work of finding all of the people who look like those people. All the demographic work you've already done, Meta's got that information. And then you could be putting ads in front of those people over and over and over again. And then you go into everything else that has been suggested, right? Comment, help, feed through the CRM, automatic emails, all the things. But I just don't understand why you would limit yourself to any geography at all. In fact, I think it's great that you're here on the south side of Atlanta when your market is clearly East Cobb, right? So you're already taking steps outside of your local comfort zone. I think that's great. I just think that you have the opportunity to be much bigger because of the virtual model. I mean, I saw other hands. I don't want to take up.
So just to piggyback on what Jason was saying, I have a virtual business, and there is no boundary as to where my clients can come from, and the same applies to you. And you don't have the time to research every little school in every community and every demographic, all the things. If you get really clear as to who you serve and how you help them, that alone is going to filter out the people who can't afford you. That your marketing message is going to speak to these high-achieving, you use the term high-achieving students who want to get into Ivy League schools or whatever their goal is. That's who you're going to talk to, that's who you're going to attract. but you need to make it clear and broad, but you need to push it out there and push it out a lot. People will find you. They just need to know that you exist, and it's up to you to get your megaphone out.
So, I apologize ahead of time because I'm very direct, so hopefully this is helpful. I'm very confused. I'm confused by the whole business model. And the reason being is you've gone back and forth for almost every differentiator that you talk to, right? You said you're online, but then you said you drove to this lady's house every weekend.
No, that's when I started.
I get it, but it's confusing to the listener. Then you said you're affordable, but then you said I'm not affordable. I'm very expensive and I gotta look at the market and I gotta see where I'm at because I wanna have affluent people, right? So again, what's your differentiator, right? Are you affordable or are you not affordable? I'm confused there.
Either way, it's fine. By the way.
Either way is
Yeah.
fine. You just need to choose ahead of time. You have to know what market you're going after, right? And you have to build a business around that market, okay? So the other thing is you said I only work with 4 or 5 different schools. Well, if you would have followed that up with and said, hey, Jason, the reason I only work with 4 or 5 different schools is because I know those biology teachers personally. I know what book they're going to use next year. I've already read that book. I know exactly what they're going to learn and when they're going to learn it. So when you come to me with your problems, I know exactly what to teach you and how to help you and move you ahead so that you can get into University of Pennsylvania, right? That's a selling point. But you just saying, I work with 4 different schools, there's no reason why, right? So it goes back to what everybody was saying in this room. You could have an online model. You could work with everybody. But if the alternative is, I only work with 4 schools because I want to make sure I know exactly where they're at. I have a personal relationship with that teacher. I know how well this person, this individual right here is doing. I know that he got an A on his last test because I'm talking to the teacher. That's a whole different selling point. Now you want to limit the amount of schools you're doing because you can't have those personal relationships, right, with everyone in the whole country, right? But if that's not the direction you're going, you got to pull back and say, I know biology, I'm the best at biology. In your presentation, you never once mentioned your qualifications. You're a guy off the street tutoring children, right? I have 3 kids, right? Safety, I have 2 girls. Safety is super important to me. So am I gonna trust in person or online that you're meeting with my daughter, one-on-one for an hour every Saturday, right? You didn't mention anything about safety and security. You never mentioned anything. I don't even know if you went to college. So I have no idea what your qualifications are. This guy's just coming off the street going to teach my kids STEM. I don't know what he's actually teaching them, right? So there's this immediate trust you have to build, and someone said it back there with your story. The first slide has to be your story, why this is passionate, why we should think you're the best at what you do, right? And then go into what you do, and then also look at the ratings and reviews that was mentioned here, because you've got to make sure that these people are backing you up and saying, don't take my word for it, take their word for it, right? And have quotes from them, but also have quotes from their parents. Because their parents are the audience that you have in this room. I don't care what the kid said. I care what the parent said, right? And honestly, I don't get the purpose of teaching these kids STEM. Yeah, they're getting better grades. Is that really impacting their college career? I have no idea. The SAT guy back there is wholeheartedly impacting the fact that if they got into school, it's because of him, right? It may not be because of you. So I'm really kind of confused at why did they come to you in the first place? What issues did they have? And then because of you fixed that gap. You were that puzzle piece that allowed them to become a picture that then got them into college, right? So you're building this picture, this story. I didn't get any story from this whatsoever. So I'm confused, which is good. You're in the beginning stages of business. You've already got scale. You've already got staff. You're there. You're 90% there. You just need to tweak the brand. You're going to tweak the colors. You need to tweak the story. And I think you're going to have a really bright future. But I think those are the things you need to work on and really to get people to be like, wow. I also recommend the gentleman who comes in here who pitched his entrepreneur program. Go back. We film everything. Go back and watch it. He set the qualifications, why he is who he is, within the first 30 seconds of him being here. Told you where he went to school, told you his grades, told you he was at risk as a youth and he was really important that he got into an Ivy League school, and he told you he started a business at 11 years old and he sold it for a couple $1 million. So right off the bat in 30 seconds, with those 4 bullet points, I trust this guy. Right? You guys do the same thing.
So I just want to say this all might sound really, really harsh, and I feel like we're bombarding you, but this is all because we know that you can succeed at this. Yeah. And we're here to help you. So please take this all as constructive. To piggyback on what the Stone was just saying, Story Brand is a whole thing of marketing by Donald Miller. I would recommend you read his books, get on his information. Donald Miller is fabulous to get you clear and to invite your clients into a story. And you're inviting the parents, not the students. The parents are paying you. Those are your clients. The students are your success story. But really you want to just share the story of why you do what you do, how you help them, what transformation you get to lead them to. And that story alone will pull people in.
I just want to mention that these flyers, Chris is going to like this. Chris Chance is running a small business marketing workshop. Was it November 17th and 18th? She's talking about brand. He helps you develop your brand. So pick up one of these flyers, scan the QR code. I would definitely recommend. It helped me develop my brand. So.
What's your payment options for the parent? Like, is single sessions pricing, is a membership for the whole semester, is a monthly thing you have to set up for 4 classes minimum? How are you targeting that? How do you capture them?
Yeah, so it's a monthly commitment, so it's 4 sessions a month, which works out to like 1 session a week. A lot of parents exceed that a lot, or if there's like a holiday like Thanksgiving or fall break, we make exceptions to that, but it is minimum 4 sessions a month for that. It is a monthly, we have a contract in place as well. It is month to month, so after 1 month, the parent student is satisfied, they're more than welcome to break it. We don't like lock them in from August till May, but that's what our model is for pricing.
How much are they?
Oh, $65 per hour.
$65 per hour. So
correct.
So $260 a month.
$250.
Yeah, $260 a month.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a quick question that may garner another question. So when you're tailored to the students who are trying to get into like Penn State, is that where you want to be in the market? Or are you kind of marketing to anyone that needs tutoring?
Pretty much anyone that needs tutoring.
Okay, so my challenge is going to be this, and this is just to open your eyes. There's actually nothing wrong with being the highest priced tutor in your side of town. There's actually nothing wrong with only having a certain amount of spots that can be filled. As a matter of fact, you'll get more people than you need if you do that, and it's exclusive. And then also, the better you get, the problem with asking for everybody is that when you get referrals from these people that you're taking, you're going to get more people like the ones that you're actually tutoring. So if you can actually tailor it to, we're looking for these specific individuals, you're going to get more referrals from those types of individuals, and the pricing now doesn't matter as much because you're solving a much higher need that no one else is attacking. So try to take yourself out of that big bucket and put yourself in a smaller bucket, focused on what you actually want to attract. You'll attract more of that down the road because you're going to get referrals from the people that you're actually tutoring. So just make sure that you're getting the right students in so that way you're getting the right referrals down the road.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, I'd like to lighten things up a little bit. I'm sitting here beside Valerie, and we're being so serious and sort of hammering you and everything else. But there is a Korean television series on Netflix that is called Crash Course to Romance. And this is about a star Korean math tutor who has huge classrooms, people very competitive to get in. And I think about tutors that we've heard several from, and I think about photographers. Photographers, we know who the top tier are. There's shows, the High Museum brings them forward. But I don't know what really makes a top tier tutor other than a Huntington or something like that. They're part of an organization. I'm just asking a sort of a global question since we're trick-or-treating.
We don't normally dress like this.
Yes, they do. Don't let them fool you.
But I would think there should be some mechanism where the top-notch tutors have some type of recognition.
Yeah.
You could build that.
Yeah, you could build it.
Yeah. You get set the standards, set the bar. Right, create a certification program.
Tutors all
Our tutors
certification
are
program.
certified. It's your tutors and they're employees of yours, right? But create a certification.
Create an award.
I have two things. One, I want to ask, someone brought up, what is your personal background that to a parent would say this qualifies you to teach my child?
Absolutely. So right now, I'm actually in my last year at Georgia State. I'm a college student. But I've been tutoring for about 7 years. I launched my business in 2021, so it's been open for about 4. I've worked with students from diverse backgrounds, from middle school to high school. I've taken myself AP classes in high school, chemistry and biology, so I'm very versed in those topics.
What kind of grades do you get?
I've been getting A's and B's from
Really drinking.
So I want to say, to me as a parent, I'm not in this world yet, thank God. But the fact that you're on the ground doing what you're saying you can teach my kids, that's marketable to me.
Yeah.
That says you're right here, right now. This isn't far removed. And to me, I want the recent YouTube video. I don't want the old YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? So that as a tutor, tutors got me through college, so I get that. So I feel like that's marketable, and that's one of the reasons why telling your story is important. 2, to Jason's point earlier that, you know, you're in a new market this morning. You don't know this room, but I do. You're in a room full of your customers. I don't want to take the narrative that people were beating you up, because I don't think anyone was beating you up. These people who were giving you hard criticism, they are the people who will pay you. And quite honestly, I'll say they are the people. Your price, what you said, is very affordable. I know these people will pay you more than what you're even asking. But you have to tell that story in a way that catches them. And so if this man or this woman is saying, you're not catching me, don't take that personal. It is personal because you're the one on the ground. But to this market and to this demographic, these are the questions that are important to them. And so although it may be a little abrasive or hard to hear, I think what was asked of you and the things that were gray areas can change your story, not just in this room, but period. You know what I mean? It's all about telling your story, man, however you tell it.
And to piggyback off the gentleman in the back, we actually lowered our prices this semester. We used to charge $85 an hour, but I realized with the economy that we have to adapt with times. So we then lowered it because of that. So yeah, I used to charge a lot more, but I recently kind of scaled back in prices just a little bit.
Can I ask, have you seen an increase in revenues because you've lowered?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I take the opposite approach. I actually raise my prices when the economy seems like it's bad.
Yeah.
But I'm a premium coach, so I charge a premium fee. But I know the lifetime value of what I do, and it's what you pay me is nothing to what you're going to end up with in 20 years. You know what I mean? And you have the same story to tell. If those kids go and they become like, if this girl becomes like a doctor, physician, whatever, president of the United States, I mean, what she's paid you is nothing. So there's such an opportunity to charge. And in this market, Fayette County, you can charge more.
Oh, yeah.
To tag on what Chef Andrew was saying about you, so what degree are you pursuing right now?
I'm pursuing a biology degree, Bachelor of
Okay,
Science.
that's important, because if you were pursuing art history and going STEM, you're not going to resume. So yeah, that you need to promote that as well.
Yes.
And if you were being choosy, I agree with what was said. If you're virtual and your team right now spans 6 hours, I think the $85 an hour is less of an issue. Just getting in as many schools as you can, wherever you can.
Yeah.
And I think the number point will become obsolete very quickly.
Build that CRM.
Yes.
So you said you're in your last year of college.
Right.
So, and you're studying this field. And then is your goal then, when you graduate from college, to own a tutoring company that grows and grows, or is your goal to go work in STEM?
A little bit of both, I'll be honest. So my personal journey is I want to become a microbiologist. So I want to be a supervisor of a lab, but I also want to own my tutoring business at a physical location. I don't want to franchise it. I just have a physical location. Once that grows and is profitable, then I'll open up more. but I want to do kind of both.
Okay, so the man who chases two rabbits never catches either. No, but I'm not, so what, if your goal is that kind of career, it sounds like you're actually you're close to graduating. So
Yeah.
now you are focused on that. Then for this to be, as you describe it, like a franchise or something like that, what you're gonna need more than anything is systems in place. You don't need more schools right now. I don't think you need more students right now. You need to be hyper-focused on creating a program that is replicable, that, and contracts that people, like you have your person in Hawaii, that person should then be empowered to go into more schools and go find more people and train more tutors. Now, then you have a huge quality control oversight issue. I was impressed by the number of people on your team when you're showing, like you have 3 people who are actual employees in addition to the tutors. That's amazing. And so you have a structure in place where it can be replicable. And I mean, if you're looking at this as being mailbox money eventually while you're off doing virology, please do virology. We need it desperately, like please. But then you're going to have to create a business that can exist without you.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, I think that's got to be your primary goal, especially it sounds like within the next year, you're going to be pursuing your actual career.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes.
I just want to compliment you for taking the risk and stepping into the spotlight. I'm one of the EIRs here at Launch Fayette, and I'm really proud of what Jason you brought with a Million Cups. This is not a networking group. This is a problem-solving group to be able to help entrepreneurs be more effective doing what they want to do. Because so many of us have a vision but don't have a clue how to run a business or what it takes. And just really acknowledge the questions and the input and your risk that you took this morning to be able to do the presentation. Thanks.
Yes.
All right, last one, I promise. I just want to give you a thought on how you think you're going to attack this, and then kind of piggyback on what I think a lot of people are saying in here is that you need to be unique. Not all businesses have to, but with the influx of AI, you're going to battle with that constantly because any student can now jump on ChatGPT and start trying to push themselves, right? But if you are unique and you are bringing extreme value, you can supersede what the masses would use with AI. Someone that's trying to get their kid into Penn State is not going to rely on a computer program that they don't trust. They're going to rely on someone they can trust. So I think someone said it earlier about getting testimonials. A testimonial from someone that has pedigree can go a long way with where you are right now. So maybe one of your own professors, someone that can vouch for you and how well that you actually do right now. That is what I would look for. I don't really care about what the other students say, but what I do care about is someone that can vouch for your character and what you do. And so if you can get some testimonials from some of those guys, especially after graduation, it could go a long way. Like these people are going to speak life into someone like me who has students or has kids, because I want to know who you are and what you do and what makes you unique. Otherwise, I can just go and Google the next person and be like, I need a tutor in the area. So the more you can become unique and actually just set apart from everyone else in your industry, it's going to make all the difference. You don't want to be in the group of everyone else that gets affected by AI.
Yes.
You said your vision was kind of to get 1,000 students right into their dream school, and I would, tutoring's how you're going about it, but I would really look for all the ways that happens and create some synergy with those other people. So SAT, enrollment specialists, scholarship specialists, like all these people who are dealing with people at this exact stage of life and parents who are thinking about these things, the ability to cross-refer that stuff is going to be really big. And so finding those connections isn't one lead now, it's dozens, right, in a year. And I think that would be an easier way to scale, is to find those places where they're already going and looking for questions around that exact thing, and spending money to do it, because I think that's a good opportunity to find some low-hanging fruit.
It's great, great. Well, I will just reiterate what Ray said. I really appreciate that you took the time and had the courage to come down here and share with us. And I really, I know it might have felt like a lot. For what it's worth, I've been recording the whole thing, and I'm gonna consolidate all the notes so that you don't have to leave here feeling overwhelmed. But 1 million Cups would give you this mug as a thank you for coming down. Appreciate it. We're having a Halloween party, so there's food, and that's why we're dressed like this today.
Where's your costume, Jason?
Right here.
Yeah.
My costume is no costume. Thank you guys. I look forward to seeing you all next week.
Thank you.